From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts, as this one is underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Going to the air right away, Hooker. And connecting here with DJ Shark. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Hooker wants to change the look. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5. Hooker. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Hooker's going to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Cardinals will take over possession here up at the 44.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning.
And now off to the races down the right side. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. In motion left comes Williams. To throw on second down, here's Hooker. And trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Hooker, he's going to move them around a little bit here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now an audible here into something else. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, and Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. Open man here is Conklin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
Quick throw by Hooker, complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Eckler
At the 49ers,
will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. It's Eckler again, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Austin Eckler. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Inside the 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
53-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
49ers 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Anders Carlson now for the point after. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And they pitch it to Eckler. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Hooker going to change things up a bit. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And now they'll shift things around. On 2nd down, Hooker. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. An audible here to get a new look. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they're going to speed things up here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
In motion, the tight end. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
28-yard line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Hooker wants to change the look. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Taken in at the 11. Muscles by at the 25. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Rodgers again now. And he's got Booker. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
26-yard line.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Up the middle with Eckler. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 103 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Hooker, he's going to move him around a little bit here. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This will be caught once again by Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now they'll change things up. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Got to say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10.
26. Inside. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and this will be caught at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch in the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
Here's Booker on the catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And again, it's Rodgers. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Get 300. Get 300. Take 30. 26. Here we go.
Rodgers now on third and goal. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Inside. Jab, jab.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.